traders, welcome back to another Fides Flows video doing the daily market brief for Wednesday the 5th of October 2025. If you're new to this channel, in these Fides Flows videos, I do a deep dive into the price action and fundamentals behind gold, Nas100 and Us30, giving you a clear roadmap for the trading day ahead. Using high time frame technical analysis, I identify key zones, momentum shifts, and trend structures, and then combine that with real-time macroeconomic drivers like interest rates, inflation data, and market sentiment. So whether you're a swing trader or day trader, this breakdown helps you understand what's really moving these markets and where high probability setups might form. So taking a look at the key points to note for the video ahead and what we're going to be touching on, gold is currently sitting in a range between 3,930 and 4,030. Intraday market directionality is currently bullish. In terms of Nas100, there's a bearish tone coming out of this market. However, the bullish channel, which is noted on the higher time frames, is being respected, and we are seeing a retracement of that top end of the resistance channel, which is now put the markets into a retracement. We're potentially seeing the bearish momentum heading towards 24,870, with the 25,200 level being tested currently. Looking at Us30, also a bearish tone in this market. We see a triple top formation at the all-time highs, also seeing the bullish channel being respected with the resistance offset channel being tested and the retracement currently at play. In terms of fundamentals, the US government shutdown is continuing, and this is being highlighted in the news. We're also seeing some news coming out of Chinese tariffs regarding fentanyl sales. On top of that, we're also seeing global markets are down as tech stocks slip, which is being shown in the indices, while gold rebounds from the one-week lows, which is the 3,930 level, which was just mentioned above. So with that, let's hop into the charts and see what's happening. Okay, starting with gold. Gold is currently trading at 3,967, trading bullish within the Asian highs and lows, currently at 3,930 and 3,978, as we can see these two levels here. So gold currently trading within that range. Price was moving bullish during the Asian session this morning. We can see around the 3 o'clock candle, we created a bit of three white soldiers formation here, which actually pushed the market into a bullish move. That being said, price traded bullish throughout the Asian session, and then once we tapped into the London session this morning, we did have a bit of a bearish move to the downside, currently testing the general level of support at 3,963. We're seeing that we do have a buying zone in this particular level. Markets moved up, came down, testing said level, but we're still waiting for the bullish momentum to kick in. From a bit of a higher time frame perspective, just taking a look at the 15-minute, we can see that price is trading within that range, as I mentioned in the key points, which is between 3,930 and 4,030, which is a 100-point range, providing some pretty great opportunities here. We can see that the market is moving with serious amount of momentum, especially yesterday. We did see strong bearish move to the downside, testing the support level, and then a strong bullish move this morning, pushing to the upside with potential further upside expected back to the resistance channel at 4,030. But let's take a look at the high time frames first. On the high time frames, per the 4-hour time frame, we can see that price is bearish, as price action structure shows us. However, is moving in a consolidated range right now as the market figures out its next move. Price is trading below the consolidated SMAs at the moment. We can see here on the 2150 SMA, we have a bearish cross with the 21 crossing below the 50 SMA. However, we're still trading above the 200 SMA. As it stands, price is trading below the 2150 SMA at the moment, and we are consolidating just below those levels, having tapped that level at the 4,030 level before moving to the downside. Right now, we are seeing a bit of a bullish move to the upside, potentially testing that level again before we see a further bearish move. But kind of noticing a bit of a bull-bear trap currently at play. But anyway, take a look at the RSI. RSI is currently tapping more into the bearish territory as it stands, trading below the 45 level. However, right now, as it stands, we are in the sweet spot region between 45, 55, which is providing some sort of short opportunities, but that we would identify on a lower time frame. So let's drop into that and see what we can observe. Taking a look at the 1 hour time frame, what we can observe on the 1 hour time frame is consolidation, as I mentioned, between the 3,930 and 4,030 levels. This consolidation means that price is trading currently with a bit of bullish momentum to the upside after tapping that support. However, per the indices, per the indicators, we're seeing that price is very much bearish per the indicators. We're trading below the 200, 50, and 21 SMAs, and very much sitting in the bearish region of the RSI below 45, currently in the sweet spot region as the bullish retracement takes place. We are in that sweet spot between 21 and 50 SMA region right now, so we could see the potential for downside. However, like I mentioned, price has been consistently testing that 4,030 region, so I am expecting a further test of that before the downside kicks in and we trade that to the downside. As it stands, price is consistently testing this 4,000 region, 4,000 pivot level within the gold charts, and seems to be providing some reactions from that level, but still determining if we have upside potential or downside. So as it stands, we are trading that consolidation zone until we see a clean break away from the 4,000 level. So as it stands, overall analysis of gold, bearish tone is still present, but seeing strong signs of consolidation now that price is moving in said range. Thus, looking for confluences from the lower time frames at these levels to note how price is reacting to mark off entries and potential exits at the opposite ends of the range noted. So if I'm taking a long from here, looking to exit at 4,030, then taking a sell from 4,030, I'm looking to exit at 3,930. On the 5-minute time frame, as I mentioned earlier, we are noticing a bit of a bearish cross of the 21 SMA and the 200 SMA, but of course, currently stepping on the support level. Need to see if it holds. It's not a very strong support level. It's been tested 3 times as it stands, but we've only had really these 2 initial moves, which has resulted in the bullish moves. Whereas this current time frame, we are seeing a break to the downside. So we could be seeing downside potential as this is a bit of a weaker buying opportunity. Wait and see what happens. Could potentially see some downside movements back to the support and then upside potential from there. That is gold. Let's take a look at Nas100. Okay, so US Tech or Nas100 currently trading at 25,300 and is moving bearish after a massive drop on Tuesday. Let's just drop into the 1 hour chart. So yeah, we can see yesterday we had a strong drop to the downside, wiped out a couple billions in the market. I think it was something like 73 billion in the market. But what actually caused this move to take place? Well, if we were to go into the 4 hour chart, we can see that 4 hour price action structure is still very much bullish. But that being said, price is trading within a bullish channel. Price tapping the top of that bullish channel right there. The markets respected the channel and eventually turned around, creating a triple top pattern at about 26,100. Price moving bearish from that moment. We are trading below the 2150 SMAs on the 4 hour chart, but on the 1 hour chart, we're seeing that after that triple top formation, price is trading below the 200 SMA as well. We have a bearish cross of the 21 and 50 SMA right here, with the 50 trading above the 21 and strong downside potential. On the RSIs, we are trading mostly below the 45 level, so mostly bearish. We're hitting overextended levels here on the RSI to the downside before the ultimate corrections and then further downside movements. As it stands, I'm looking for shorts in this particular chart. Did expect price to come back, test the 2150 SMA region before the downside. But as we can see, this gap, which I mentioned last week, has been filled, and we could either see upside potential or downside potential, but I still suspect we are going to be trading all the way to the downside towards the 24,870 or potentially the bullish support trend line per the channel that we've noted before a move to the upside. So we could potentially be testing that 24,870 level before a move to the upside, thus looking for shorts as it stands. But trading in line with my strategy, I got to see a test of that 2150 SMA region and sweet spot region of the RSI before I look to place a trade. So not seeing that currently, price still moving in an impulse. Got to see some sort of correction first before I look for a trade. Hopefully price comes back, tests the 25,560 region. So I am going to mark this off on the chart. Break and retest level. This will potentially put us in line of the 2150 SMA region. Once we're in that region, I will then drop to a lower time frame to then look for shorting opportunities. Let's move on to US30. So US30 is currently priced at 47,064 and is in a bearish move as well after a sharp drop from the beginning of the week. Market tapped out with a triple top formation at the new all-time highs at 48,000. We can see that 48,000 psychological level was tapped before the downside potential took place. That being said, we're also trading in a bullish channel right here, and that 48,000 level tapped perfectly at the bearish resistance channel at the top end of that channel before the downside move took place. From a high time frame perspective, we can note the bullish price action structure. But that being said, intraday perspective, we are bearish on the 1 hour time frame. Price trading below the 2150 SMA, but still testing that 200 SMA. So caught in a bit of a bull bear trap at the moment. We have a bearish cross of the 2150 SMA, and we are currently testing said range. On the RSI, we can note the overextended level that was tapped, but very much trading in the bearish region of the RSI below 45. Currently in that sweet spot region, so certainly looking for some shorting opportunities here, and we could be seeing one taking place at the moment. Taking a look at the 5-minute chart, price coming back, hitting the 200 SMA at a bearish signal at about 11 o'clock with the bearish momentum already kicking in. So it is clear that the bears have taken control of this market. It is going to push down. I'm still expecting further downside movements. Going to take a shorting opportunity right here with my stop loss at 47,060. Market comes back. If the market does retrace, we could potentially retrace back to this support turn resistance zone, test that level before move to the downside. So yeah, taking a bit of a risk, taking a short there, but I do believe the downside potential is a lot higher in this particular market. Taking a short from said position, we could potentially trade it all the way down to 46,675 or even lower to the actual bullish support trend line before further move to the upside. We have to wait and see how price reacts and trading it accordingly. VIX moving with a bit of volatility at the moment. We can see that there's some upside potential moving into that risk neutral territory from risk on, which actually supports the downside movement we are seeing in indices. So yeah, VIX trading at 19.94. Lots of volatility in the market at the moment with the US government shutdown. Clearly markets are favoring safe haven assets like gold, which is potentially why we're seeing the upside potential in gold at the moment. And this is being supported by what we're seeing in the VIX. So waiting to see what type of volatility we get out of the VIX. As it stands, we are seeing some bullish price action structure with price trading above the moving averages at the moment and very much in the bullish territory of the RSI. Let's quickly take a look at fundamentals. Fundamentals for the week, we got USD news, ADP non-farm employment change, we have PMI and President Trump speak. So all of this definitely going to create some volatility in the market today. So be sure you're either trading the back end of this news or your trades are closed before this news releases are met. In terms of headlines coming out of gold, we're seeing gold jumps as ongoing US government shutdown boosts safe haven. Price forecast, USD picks up. So certainly focused on the upside potential of gold as it stands. So yeah, as much as I think there's short potential for gold in the short run, there's definitely long-term potential back to that resistance level, as I mentioned, as it trades within that consolidation zone. But with that, that is very much the analysis for today. As always, this is not financial advice, but my personal opinion on the current state of the markets. Before taking any positions in the markets, make sure to do your own research first. Like and subscribe for more content, and comment what you'd like to see more of in the future. With that, happy hunting traders. Wish you a successful trading week. Cheers.